It's Jeffrey and Jack. Yeah, Jeffrey and
Yeah, roll it up, turn it up, it's Alabama folk. Jack, Jeff, Trev in the booth, yeah, you already know. From Tuscaloosa nights to the Saturday lights, breaking down the tie, every wrong, every right. Got the insight, fire, and the Bama pride. When the Crimson's on the line, we alone for the ride. Bama voices on the call, we gon' break it all down. Roll it up, from the rumble in the trenches to the kings of the crown. Yeah, the tide runs deep and the show runs strong. Jack, Jeff, Trev, keep it rolling all season long. Every snap, every play, every headline drop. If it's Bama on the field, you know we never stop. Fast take, big stakes, tide talk all day. Alabama by CFB, we don't play. Christian spirit in the air, let the good times flow. Times flow. Roll it up, only one place to be when you love it.
Good evening, Crimson Tide Nation, and welcome to the 71st edition of Alabama Crimson Tide Live from yours truly, Jackson Johnson and Trevion Ware. Jeffrey will be here in just a little bit, and let me tell you something, folks. It's going to be a wild ride as we go over our take with all of you on yesterday, going from being a brutal Sunday to being a big Monday, the return of Bray Hubbard, and this NIL buzz, Ty Simpson. We're going to cover it all right here. How you doing today, good buddy?
doing good. Definitely doing better than we were doing yesterday, man. Felt like the sky was falling yesterday, but we got some good news today. Got some reinforcements on both sides of the ball through the transfer portal. Got some underclassmen coming back and stuff like that. So I'm always doing good, but I'm definitely doing good today. We got some good news on that front, so I'm definitely ready to kick off the show. Let's go.
Oh, there we go, man. And this episode of Alabama Crimson Tide Live is presented by FanDuel, where you can get top-notch predictions in the world of NFL, college basketball, men's and women's, of course, college football, NBA, Major League Baseball, and of course, you know, there are some odds on the Texans Steelers tonight. You know, the Steelers being 2.5 underdogs, but they have been 22-0 on Monday Night Football since, I believe, in 1993.
Mm. Yeah, definitely got some playoff football y'all want to check out. So yeah, you definitely want to check that out. You can hop on FanDuel. You can mess around with the over, the under, the money line, player props like touchdowns, yards, and stuff like that. So definitely want to give our partners out at FanDuel check. Definitely want to check out our partners out at FanDuel for sure. They're gonna get you right for sure.
Oh, agreed. No doubt about it. But of course, as we've been talking about, the big Monday, and Sedarian Loves Jesus coming in with the hello, and Noah Rogers being a huge pickup, and Ty Hayward, no doubt about that. Those are awesome pickups, but we also got a top kicker in Lorcon Quinn, and we got a top defensive end in Kedrick Bingley Jones. Like, we had a pretty big 24 hour, well, under 24 hours, so to speak, because like yesterday looked depressing, right? But somebody forgot to tell Ty that. We're not going to let it get down. So what? We didn't get Coleman. We didn't get Hollywood. That's okay. Their loss, not ours. That's the way I look at it. We got some Bama men joining us. How about that? And you know, Noah Rogers making that magic at NC State, you know, especially against North Carolina, this season. Oh, here we go. My bad. Here we go. Oh, he's just leaping. There you go.
Yeah, literally. You talk about a kid and Noah Rogers. Noah Rogers spent 2 seasons at NC State before he entered the transfer portal. He was the number 1 player in the 2023 class in North Carolina. This kid has size at 6'2" and a half, 205 pounds. He caught about 68 receptions for 919 yards and 3 touchdowns at NC State last year, and he was the number 27th ranked receiver in the transfer portal. So he's definitely a big pickup. He now joins Rico Scott, Ryan Williams, Lasir Brooks, Derek Meadows, and Sedarian Morgan. Still got to fill out that receiver room, but you see big plays like that from Noah Rogers, that just definitely gets you excited for sure. I mean, obviously the play before we showed that that was amazing too. But that play right there, just showing the athleticism, not being afraid of the defender, I think that's big for the Crimson Tide offense. So I'm definitely excited to get a kid like Noah Rogers in the building in Tuscaloosa because, like I said yesterday, it was a pretty brutal Sunday for Alabama. Just not getting a big fish in Cam Coleman, and then Hollywood Smothers taking his talents to Austin with Cam Coleman, but still the same. Still getting some good players in, and Noah Rogers is definitely a good player that can step in this Crimson Tide offense and make a difference. So I'm definitely excited about the addition of Noah Rogers for sure.
Oh man, it's a huge win right there, and Rogers is definitely going to be happy about this, but he's not going to have to fight and claw his way to 7-5. He's going to get to be a part of some 10-win teams, 10-win teams, man. Like that's going to be huge right there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, coming from NC State and being with the Wolfpack those past 2 years, even though they didn't do a lot of winning, he did a lot of he made a lot of plays, and he can definitely add that to the Crimson Tide offense. But yeah, definitely want to walk on my other partner in crime, Jeffrey, as he just joined the show for sure. So
Oh
yeah,
man, we were just talking about taking Noah Rogers away from North Carolina State. That's revenge for hurting Joe Namath in 1964, but also doing North Carolina solid right there. Oh man,
How you
hey,
guys doing tonight?
oh, we're doing all right. How you doing today, good buddy?
doing good,
I'm
man.
doing pretty good. Jackson and Travion. I'm just trying to keep tabs with what's going on right now. The portal is crazy. I mean, everything I said was wrong about Smothers. I mean, I said,
Yeah, me too.
that was going to be a guy that we didn't have to pay as much to get, cheaper than Malik Brown. We're going to be good. Nope. He decides another school with bigger pockets is the
It's
right
his
place.
loss.
That hurts. I mean, I know like we got these big commitments here. My hope though, stay committed, please. Like, do not be committed, and then 2 days later we're talking about Noah Rogers going somewhere else or Ty Haywood. I'm tired of this, man. Like, if you commit to the Tide, stay with the Tide, please. Like, come on.
Yeah, for sure, man. I definitely need Kalen DeBoer and Courtney Morgan to put some ink to the paper on them boys because we definitely can't let no big fish get away, not again. But I'm still excited about how Alabama was able to bounce back today. You speak about Noah Rogers, but they also got better up front. They added Tay Haywood from Michigan. Tay Haywood was he was a four-star in the 2024 class. Alabama was after him in recruiting, coming straight out of high school. But Tay Haywood, he took his talents to Ann Arbor for a year, and he played sparingly there. But now he's able to come into Tuscaloosa, and with Alabama needing so much help on his offensive line, he might be able to just jump in and start immediately. I mean, you think about the other Michigan guy that they signed last week, Caden Strayhorn. They signed Caden Strayhorn, so so Haywood and Strayhorn have some familiarity, and then also Michael Carroll. Michael Carroll and Strayhorn have familiarity because they both played at IMG Academy in high school. So Alabama's definitely getting things together up front. Still got to add some more bodies. Today was definitely a good start, a good step in the right direction. Still got to add some more stuff. Still got to add some more stuff to the team, but I'm definitely excited to get Noah Rogers and Tay Haywood on board for sure.
Oh man, like the O line, as we're looking at it, it looks pretty good as of right now. But at the same time, I'm noticing there's a lot of freshmen on there. So
I mean, that's not necessarily ideal when it comes to the lines of scrimmage. You want more experienced guys, older guys that have been in the weight room for several
Yeah, for
years at
sure.
the collegiate level. That typically is a better recipe for success. I mean, skill position players, you can kind of get away with them being, freshmen or sophomores,
Hmm.
but at the offensive line, defensive line position, you kind of want older guys. Now, obviously, that's amazing. We've got all that young talent. The problem is that keeping them, you don't. anymore. Like half these names that you're seeing right there might not even be with the team in a year. Yeah, I don't mean to be that negative, but I've just noticed that so many teams that, recruit a lot at one position, and O-line's a position you got to recruit a lot of. You're seeing tons of them transfer every year. So it's just because they don't want to wait. Now, it depends on what Alabama wants to do. It's like if DeBoer thinks some of these guys are ready, great, then they can go ahead and get out there. But if they're not ready, because, my thing is a lot of these guys could have been useful this year. You think about how our O-line was very iffy, but, we lost, we're losing Proctor and we lost Formby and all that. So it's like now you're getting these new guys in here. We brought in Dewberry, the last offseason, and that helped somewhat. But, it still, you're getting a whole lot younger here. There's a lot left in the portal. But that, to me, that youth is a bit concerning unless those guys are somehow already ready to play. Especially with a guy like Haywood. Like, I know he's a former 5-star recruit. He's like the highest rated guy, in the offensive tackle rankings, and that's amazing. But I don't want to speak to this because I don't know how much he played, if at all, this season. But yeah. I just don't think there's any way that guy's going to be, as ready to be one of the best linemen in the country next year than a junior or senior guy who's already kind of proven and has been out on the field. Now, that's not to say he couldn't be amazing. He could be fantastic next year for Alabama. But if the whole offensive line is inexperienced and young, I think that is definitely something to be concerned about. I think they need to get at least a couple guys, at least older guys that can at least compete with those players for the starting roles, at least.
No, I definitely feel what you're saying, Jeffrey, because definitely a lot of youth on that offensive line, and then with Alabama ushering in a new quarterback for the third season, whether that's Keelan Russell or Austin Mack, still the same. It's definitely going to be important to see how Coach Kapovich can, develop this offensive lineman because he's still the offensive line coach. A lot of Alabama fans have their reserved comments about him. Some want him to go, some want him to stay. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We got who we got on staff. Stuff can still change this offseason, but we got to work with what we got. So, I like the promise that they have in some of these young players. Alabama's like I said yesterday on the show, they only returning 2 starters on offense, and that's Michael Carroll and Ryan Williams. So it's gonna be a whole look. It's gonna be a whole new offense. So it's gonna be important to see how Kalen DeBoer and Coach Kapovich can develop these boys. But that's down the line. But right now, we can only hope just to be excited because, like yesterday, Alabama was in a whole different place yesterday. So, kind of want to just look at it at a good note. I get what you're saying, Jeffrey, for sure. And plus on top of that, they not done in the transfer portal. The portal closes Friday, and you can still sign players after the portal. You can still acquire players in different ways. So, who knows? That they definitely will be still scouring the wire to see what type of players they can get. If they can get some more upperclassmen up there, that would definitely be preferred. But we'll see. But for Tay Haywood to come, I'm excited about that. A lot of Alabama fans definitely wanted him to come in the first place, but he chose Michigan, so now he's here, and now he can team up with Michael Carroll because we know Michael Carroll is good. He was one of the bright spots on that offensive line last year. And so, teaming up Haywood with Michael Carroll and adding some more bodies can be good. But I'm excited about that. But I also want to talk about this kicker, man. Alabama fans with kickers and stuff and the struggles that we had with Connor Talty. Yes, Connor Talty did clean up a lot of those struggles last year at the end of the year. He ended the year out on a strong note, but you still want to bring in competition. You still want to bring in a player that
Marshawn Quinn, who is part of the first team Sun Belt and was 4 of 6 on the 50-plus yard field goals, and that's a career record for Marshall. And he got the second longest field goal in program history, 55 yards. Man.
Yeah, so you see the production right there. Just him having being able to show his range. He can kick past 40. He can kick past 45. his long last season was 55. I remember Connor Cataldi kind of struggled going past 50, but when you watch him right here, you watch the kid Quinn right. Like I said, definitely want to get some competition in with Connor Talty because last year, Alabama really didn't have nobody to turn to at that position. It was Connor Talty or nothing. We were stuck with him. I mean, like I said, Connor Talty did have a resurgence towards the end of the year. Especially in the college football playoffs. I mean, he scored only 3 points versus Indiana, so got to give him props for that. And then on top of that, versus Oklahoma, he made the kicks in Norman. So I'm excited about that just to get another kicker in the building and just to compete with him and stuff like that. But Quinn could definitely be a weapon for Alabama in 2026. So I'm excited for that. So I definitely think that's a plus signing, a sneaky signing because special teams. It always comes down to special teams, especially with Alabama and having some still not having all the offense all together. At least we got the kicker position together, so I'm excited about that.
Oh man, it's a huge win. How are you feeling about it, Jeffrey?
I mean, I think any, competition in any position is a good thing. I
Yeah.
mean, you definitely just don't want to ride with Talty again, and that's it. You want to have more options because you never know, your kicker could get hurt. Talty might, if he's not, the starter, if he stays, but then you if Quinn gets hurt because you could throw your leg out, then you have another option at least. It's always good to have more options. I mean, I wasn't worried about Alabama not having, they had a rough day yesterday, all that, and it looked bleak, but it's not bleak as long as there's a lot of guys left in the portal. If this was late in the portal, then you'd have a problem. But I mean, there's so many guys out there still entering the portal right now.
Literally.
That like Notre Dame was looking kind of rough too, but now they're picking it up. If you're a big program and you've got a bunch of holes, you're going to fill them with somebody. The question is are you bringing in the right players? That's the question, and we got to hope. And by all accounts, it looks positive with these players that they are bringing in quality guys that hopefully, I can't say they care about Alabama too much because, I mean, again, they could transfer next year, but hopefully they do care about our program and will play very hard next year. I think, I know it's kind of going off base just a hair. I did want to touch on Ryan Williams just a second because I think it's so ironic. Unless he moves somewhere, he by all accounts he's staying. But we heard all those rumors. We heard all those rumors that he was transferring. Everyone was saying he was going to transfer, and yet he's one of the only players left. All the other guys transfer. No one said anything about Horton transferring or none of them. I mean, it's like Ryan Williams. Nobody can predict the portal. You cannot predict the portal. So literally, like, anybody that tries to claim that they got leads on that stuff, I mean, some people do have leads, I know, but at the same time, I mean, a lot of stuff is just smoke and mirrors. No one knows what's going on. This portal stuff's insane. Because, I mean, like, everyone was dead set. Ryan Williams is gone. And again, he's one of the only players that isn't gone. How much more wrong could you be on the portal knowledge? Nobody knows what's going on. I was blown away when Horton transferred. I didn't think he was going anywhere. That shocked me. That really shocked me, man. I did not see that coming. I would have thought Ryan Williams was more likely. So the portal's nuts. Definitely looks like we're getting some positive players. Definitely got one more to talk about on here as well. I like the guys we've already talked about, though. But, yeah, it's just this stuff is so unpredictable. It is very unpredictable.
Oh, yeah, but let me tell Alabama fans before we move any forward. Obviously, Ryan Williams he re-signed with Alabama, so he's locked in. I mean, I believe Alabama, through the ups and downs, Ryan Williams is an Alabama kid, so I don't think there's any need to worry about him because, like I said, he's already re-signed and he's Alabama through and through. I really believe that, and so I definitely want to give a shout out to Ryan Williams just for continuing to stay loyal for sure. Because, like I said, he could have easily went elsewhere, and for the down year that he had, he could have easily still got the bag elsewhere. But he came back. He's gonna put his best foot forward, and I'm just looking for a bounce back year for him, a bounce back junior season. Because next year, I mean, and next season is a money season. It's a junior season. He's trying to get to the NFL now. He got to bounce back. So. But I'm excited about that. But to get to the other guys we're talking about, Alabama also added got some defensive line help last night. Also added
Kedrick,
what's his name again?
Kedrick Binkley Jones, and he is posting thankful for the opportunity. Let's go to work at Alabama
Yeah,
football.
yeah. And Kendrick Binkley Jones, from what I've heard, he said he grew up an Alabama fan, and so he's actually excited about this opportunity. I mean, he has 1 year of eligibility. He had about 25 tackles last year, but he's excited about this opportunity. I mean, uh, you definitely want to get players that want to be here because this day and age, uh, with all the movement and stuff, there's no telling what these players' agendas are. So to get Bailey, a kid that wants to be here, I'm excited. I mean, even if it's just a depth piece, for him just to want to be here, I'm excited. So yeah,
Exactly. It's a
Yeah, and
huge
it's
win.
especially huge too because you're getting not only a guy with experience, but also a guy that can't transfer somewhere else.
yeah,
That's his last year. So it's like, again, I kind of hate to really point out that, but I mean, I think that is big. Because I mean,
hmm
used to you get a guy with 3 years of eligibility left, and you're like, okay, this guy's got 3 years of eligibility left. This is awesome, but you can't count on that anymore. You can't count on
hmm
bringing a guy with 3 more years of eligibility that he's gonna use all 3 of those years with your school. That is definitely not the case. I would argue more than half the time these days. So I think it is definitely huge that Bingley Jones only has 1 more year left, and like you said, clearly seems like he wants to be here, excited about the opportunity. Those are the type of players you want. To me,
yeah,
they're gonna want to play harder. They're gonna want to do better. I mean, every player, even the ones that the money is the only focus, they want to play well, yeah. But it's just about how much do they care about the program that they're at? How much is it the money versus actually caring about the team? And see, you want guys that you know can't say that they can't care about the money at all. That's not the case because again, can't blame these guys for wanting to get these big deals. I don't blame them at all. It's
yeah.
just they still have to care about the Crimson Tide. I know it's a tough factor, but I think it matters. I really think that's why you're seeing a lot of these big schools struggle. Yeah, they're winning 10 games, but they have stinker games, man, because they're not always locked in. Some of these big time
Man.
schools, these players are not locked in. If we're going to become like that, we're going to just underperform every year if we bring in players with that mindset. We have to bring in players that want to be here, that want to win for Alabama while still getting paid a good amount of NIL. It's a tough balance. It's very, very tough, but it can be done. And that's the type of guys that DeBoer and company got to get. And I really hope all 4 of these guys, and whoever else we bring in the coming days fulfill that. It's not just about talent. It is talent. Talent matters, but it's also about their will and desire to win and to put in the effort to improve and get better for themselves and for the program.
Couldn't agree more. And just looking at the stats from Bingley Jones, he had 25 total tackles this season. Still looking for some highlights, and we've got some high school highlights of him at the moment. One's from Huddle. Okay, gotta get this stupid ad out the way. We don't care about the ads. Get out ads. We got business. Got business.
Yeah, yeah, and I know a lot of fans probably don't want to see those type of highlights, but I mean, at the end of the day, the kid has some power. He has some motor. He has some power, has some motor. Like I said, also just his ability and his size. What is he, about 6'4.5", right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, 6'4.5", and
Big one.
you think about what Alabama lost on that defensive line. They lost Tim Keenan. They lost some.
James Smith, Quay
Yeah,
Russaw.
yeah. So being able to get a player that like that,
Oh my
being able to.
God! Did you see that? Oh, he just drags him down.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. For me, I can't really get hype over no high school tape, but still the same. I'm just excited that he want to be here, like you said. I mean, he seemed like a guy that got a high. He seemed like a high character kid that has a lot of pride. And with this year being his last year of eligibility, he's definitely gonna want to put something on tape. So for the tape that we don't got this year, I'm looking for him to create some tape. So and plus getting in getting in the defensive system with Kane Warmack and stuff like that, with Freddie Roach and stuff like that. I'm excited just to see their development, what they're able to do. I mean, you see him right there. He can wreck the game. I mean, he has the ability. It just depends on if Kane Warmack and Coach Freddie Roach can get it out of him. I mean, I hadn't seen a lot of it at Mississippi State, but still the same. He fits the mold of what they are looking for up front. Just from a size standpoint, he can play 3 technique, he can play 2 technique, he can rush the pass. You can line him up inside, you can line him up outside. So there's some versatility there. There's some stuff they can work with for sure. But it'll just be interesting to see how Kane Warmack and Freddie Roach can get him quickly acclimated to their defense, quickly acclimated to the Alabama way of things, whether that's in the weight room, on diets and stuff like that. But like I said, it's in him. We see it. We see it in him. I mean, this is what got him to that level. This is what got him to the SEC level. So it's in him. It'll be interesting to see if this Alabama staff can pull it out of him.
Oh man. And Alabama passed on this guy. Oh my god! Like, oh man. I'm glad Alabama got him. Thank goodness. Like, I'm glad Alabama got him in the portal this year.
Better late than never, right?
Agreed.
Yeah, and I'm just like I said, with this being his last year, I know he's hungry. I know he's trying to make some money. I know you come to Alabama, that puts you on a higher pedestal to NFL GMs and talent evaluators at the next level. So if he can just develop and really play to his strengths, that who knows what can happen. So this could be it could be a depth signing, it could be an underrated signing. So definitely want to just keep your eyes out on that, just to see how they're able to develop him.
You know what's got me thinking now? Alabama, Mississippi State's really going to be a huge storyline for Bingley Jones, especially when it's like the week, even though it's like the week before Alabama plays Georgia in 2026. This get me really excited about Alabama, Mississippi State on October 3rd. Man.
Yeah, then he's going back to Starkville, so he's gonna have some motivation behind that. So it'll be interesting just to see what his how he develops, what his motor skills are like and stuff like that. But I'm excited. To get him on board. Period, for sure.
Oh man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun. I just hope for his sake there's not any awkwardness between them. Kind of like Mordecai. Yeah, kind of like Mordecai seeing CJ, but on a whole different level on the Dodgeball episode regular show. I had to throw in a pop culture reference.
Yeah, I'm dead, man. But no, we ain't worried about the awkwardness and stuff like that. You see, this day and age in the transfer portal, players are going everywhere. Players are going from this school to this school to this school. So I'm pretty sure he won't be the only player that's changed up. And plus, Alabama is due to see a lot of their former players on other teams on their schedule and stuff like that. Like you got Carl Adams went to Vanderbilt. You got I forgot the offensive lineman. I think his name was DeBose. He went to Vanderbilt too. Then you got Isaiah Horton at Texas A&M. So I mean,
it's not as awkward as it used to be because it's happening.
Yeah,
all
literally.
the time.
Yeah, this is normal. So I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. But I will say though, we've got a message from our guy Mark Rogers, and after this, we've got good news for 2026 on defense. Roll the film.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.
There you go. And that's why you go to Mark Rogers, Steve Dace, Corey Brada, and Matt Zimick. And for those under the radar pits of the week, Steve Merrill from Wager Talk. All right here for some college football predictions at VOCFB Bets. Well, gentlemen, today's just been good news all over the place, hasn't it? Want to hear more?
We got another move. See, because because I ain't even see it yet. I ain't even I'm doing the podcast on my phone right now. I don't got my laptop right now. So I'm pretty much sorry, when you tell me, the Bray Hubbard, I'm sorry, the return to Bray Hubbard, man. Definitely excited to get Bray Hubbard back. You talk about Alabama's hard-nosed safety, one of the most productive players in their secondary, looking like he's probably going to be a team captain next year. So I'm definitely excited to get Bray Hubbard back.
Oh, he's looking fired up. Like he's like, oh, there you go. Oh, man. This post from Yay Alabama at Ats where it says for some players, legacy isn't just a word; it's the reason they play. Bray Hubbard is returning to Alabama to build on what he's already started, leading a defense with one goal in mind: bringing another national championship back to Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, so I'm excited, man, to get Bray Hubbard back. Obviously, we still have to wait to see what Keon Sabb's going to do and some of those other Alabama underclassmen. But you look at Bray Hubbard, Jackson, you got the film right on Bray Hubbard. You look at Bray Hubbard.
I do, as a matter of fact. Yeah, because let me see. Here we go. Okay, CFC. Doggone, I swear.
Oh. But Bray Hubbard, I'm pretty sure Alabama fans already know about him. It's not much I got to say about him. He was one of our most consistent players on the team the past 2 seasons, and he was trending upwards to being a day 2 pick in the NFL draft. So that's probably why he came back. Probably want to get that draft grade up. But next year, he's probably going to be trending to be one of the top safeties being taken. Because he has a lot of production. Every year, the first year he started, he had about 3 picks. He started 7 games. Last year he had about 4.5 picks. And you see Bray Hubbard. You see we need that on defense. We have to have that. Happy to get him back, man. That's almost as big as any portal acquisition you can make. For real.
That would have been awful. Because he's such a good player, and he's only going to get better. And he's a guy, that he gives it 110%. Every play, even when they're
in this Kane Warmack defense, it's probably gonna be his best year, man, for real. Like literally, like I said, I expect him to be a team captain. I expect him to be one of the loudest voices in that locker room. And I'm just excited to get him back. Like literally, we see what he can do on film. He's a ball hawk in the secondary. He's not afraid to tackle. Bray Hubbard will stick his nose in there. He's always around the football. So Alabama was able to get their star safety back in Bray Hubbard, and I just imagine Bray Hubbard is probably going to be a preseason All-American for sure, an SEC preseason All-American, and so I'm excited about that. Obviously, we still got to see about some of these other underclassmen and stuff like that. But when we talk about underclassmen, we also had another underclassman, Todd Simpson. Of course, everybody knows that Todd Simpson did declare for the NFL draft last week, and he said his goodbyes to the Crimson Tide. And his dad, his dad, Coach Simpson, coach at Tennessee Martin, posted the farewell video and stuff like that. But obviously, there's been some questions about where he'll be taken in the NFL draft, and that's kind of had some Alabama fans reserved on if he would enter the NFL draft or possibly come back to play another year of college football at another program. There's been some speculation and some reports about other programs, other QB needing programs offering offering Ty Simpson money. There was a report today. I believe it was Colin Gay of the Tuscaloosa News. He reported that I keep saying Bray Hubbard. Oh my God! He reported that Ty Simpson had a $6.5 million deal from Miami, and I think that's pretty big. I think that's pretty notable. $6.5 million. Who passing that up? Me personally, I ain't passing that up. Somebody offer me 6 bands to go back to school. I might have to. I mean, 6 hymns to go back to school. I might have to go. I ain't gonna lie. And then like you
Oh,
look at just this quarterback class and stuff like that. It's just a lot of questions. Some are arguing that he might be served to go there. There was also interest from schools like Tennessee and schools like who else on that list, Jackson?
Ole
Ole
Miss.
Miss. But Ole Miss already signed Deuce Knight from Auburn, but still the same.
Yeah, Ole Miss
Tennessee and
didn't taking them.
yeah, but Tennessee and Miami. I mean, who knows what he'll do? Because I mean, I think that's a real. I think that's a real decision that needs to be talked about. I mean, I'm pretty sure he and his parents have already sat down and talked, but still the same. And $6.5 million is a lot of money. And you think about what Miami has at the quarterback position. Obviously, they have Carson Beck, and next year, who knows? Carson Beck is a 7th-year senior, so he gonna be playing in the national championship game and be riding into the sunset. So who knows what's on the mind of Todd Simpson? I mean, me personally, I think he's too loyal. I think he's just too loyal. I think he's just gonna go to the NFL draft, but there's no telling because 6.5 that he got 6.5 million reasons to go elsewhere, and Alabama fans couldn't really be upset with him. I mean, it's out of the conference. Alabama doesn't play Miami unless it's a playoff. So, and we've seen Miami's track record in the past seasons with transfer quarterbacks. You look at Cam Ward; they turned him to the #1 pick.
Mhm.
Carson Beck. Let's say Carson Beck beats Indiana next Monday. You telling me NFL GM's not going to want to take a chance on him? So obviously, Todd Simpson, like I said, he did make his decision to go to the NFL, but that's a small storyline that I'm going to be following for sure because there's no telling. I mean, like I said, 6.5 million reasons. Who knows, man?
Oh yeah. Well, Jeffrey, what do you think about when reading that storyline?
Well, I mean, it's insane, man. Like everything's insane now, and the college sports transfer portal NIL money's conundrum. I mean, like Travion said, I would not blame Todd Simpson at all whatsoever for taking $6.5 million. Again, I can't speak negatively against these players doing that. I don't blame them. It's just this is messed up because the guy is literally going to be possibly a first-round draft pick, and yet we're talking about, even after he's declared, the possibility that he's going to come back to college to not play for our team, and he sat behind all those guys that were ahead of him to get this job at Alabama this season. He's been loyal to Bama the whole time. But again, that amount of money, that's it's generational money, dude. I mean, that's a lot of money. It's just for one season of football. Like, I wouldn't blame him if he did it, but it would hurt. It would hurt because I really like Todd Simpson. I mean, I don't have a connection with, a lot of these players anymore with the loyalty aspect. Obviously, I don't have a connection with them at all because I don't know them. But it's just when it comes to like my fandom of watching Alabama or watching, Indiana or some of these other teams, the guys that, again, stay at these schools, like the Bray Hubbards coming back, I really like those guys. I really enjoy rooting for those players. And Todd Simpson is a guy that I really like. That's why I've defended him so hard when a lot of people are talking smack towards him. I'm like, hey, this guy was loyal to us. He was committed. He stayed with us. It would hurt to see him in a Miami uniform. It would hurt really badly. I would much rather him just stay in the draft. But again, I wouldn't blame him if he did it, but that's just messed up.
For me, it hurts much worse if he was at like Tennessee because it's like,
well, it would hurt worse there, but it's the principle of the thing, Jackson. It doesn't matter. It's Miami. It would still sting, like, because that Todd Simpson is not that type of guy. He's not one of these guys that have transferred to 4 schools in 4 years, and every time they're 100% committed. The guy's been with us the whole time. He loves this school. I mean, he's from Tennessee, but he committed to us years ago. And he's been our, backup quarterback forever. Got his chance this year. He loves this university. And I really think if he did actually come back to college and go to Miami, he would be upset about it. But again, he would be making the move based off, why would you not make the move? Because Alabama's not going to give him $6.5 million, especially when you're paying all these other players and you've got Keelan. So, it it would suck. It is what it is if it happens. I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's going to stay in the draft. I really think he's going to stay in the draft. But I wouldn't blame him if he went to Miami or Tennessee, which is whatever. But,
yeah, because I mean, there's
I just don't want to see it.
Yeah, because I mean, there's no state taxes in Florida or Tennessee. That's something I've noticed as well. So that's like something that's really helped Tennessee universities and Florida universities as a whole. We don't have that in the state of Alabama. We still have a state tax law. We're not like Nevada or Florida or Tennessee where it's no state taxes. We've got state taxes in the state of Alabama.
There's also a lot more money in the state of Florida and in the state of Texas and in the state of California than there is in the state of Alabama.
Agree.
Because there's just a lot of money there. I mean, that's why you're seeing these insane offers. I mean, Isaiah Horton left Alabama because Texas A&M gave him more money. There's no other reason. He was a starter. It's not like he was going to get benched. Like, I don't blame Horton. Again, all these players, I don't blame them. It's just people are like, oh, well, Horton's going for a better fit. And no. A&M's not a better program. A&M sucks compared to us in at so many levels. It's because they paid him more, and that's okay. I'm not upset at Horton for doing that. It just sucks because these guys wouldn't have left, man. They just wouldn't have left otherwise.
Let me tell you what it was for Horton. Horton basically came off how Alabama. Ty Simpson played a big part of Isaiah Horton getting here in the first place. The two are Isaiah Horton is from Tennessee as well. As a lot of people don't know that. Isaiah Horton played 7-on-7 ball with Ty Simpson. They were in the same class. Like I don't know. I think Ty Simpson might be a grade above him. They both was gonna be a senior. They both going into their last year eligibility. They was literally in the same class. And the big factor that got Isaiah Horton to Texas A&M was Marcel Reed. Marcel Reed and Isaiah Horton also have a pass together where they also play some ball together. They play some catch together. So he's used to catching passes from. It seems like he wants to catch passes from quarterbacks he's worked with before. He worked with Ty Simpson, and he has a history with Marcel Reed. So I can kind of see where that connection went. But to get back on the Ty Simpson front, I mean, like you said, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Ty Simpson is a loyal dude. I think he means his word. He said he was Alabama through and through. His dad said it and stuff like that. So I definitely think that he's gonna stay. But then again, you got to look at the landscape of the NFL draft and stuff like that. We just saw Trinidad Chambliss get denied that 6-year of eligibility, and it's no telling what's going to happen with the Dante Moore situation. Yes, Dylan Raiola did go to Oregon today. I do think Dante Moore is probably going to enter the NFL draft overall. He's projected as a number 2 quarterback. He might as well enter, but still the same. Who knows? Dylan Raiola was injured at the end of last year. He broke his fibula and stuff like that. He's supposed to be ready for camp, but who knows? So. Who knows if he might just take a red shirt and Dante Moore and go back to Oregon. I mean, that's still a possibility. Dante Moore has not declared. I mean, he's projected as the number 2 quarterback by Mel Kiper. Obviously, Mendoza is the number 1 quarterback. He's the outright number 1 quarterback. But Dante Moore, there's still some question marks on him. I saw he was 20 years old with 18 college starts. Ty Simpson just had 15 college starts. So, I mean, it's a lot. Like, this quarterback class is kind of weak, so it
would be insane for Dante Moore to come back. That's a completely different situation. Simpson is understandable with these $6.5 million offers and fringe first round pick, second round. Dante Moore is going to be the second pick in the draft. All right, he's going to be the second pick in the draft. Both teams at the top need QBs, and Mendoza and Dante Moore are going to be the first 2 taken. I understand, NIL is really good and win a championship and all those things. I get that, but it makes absolutely 0 sense for him to come back like that because you are not going to improve your draft stock. What if he tears his ACL next year? What if, just no, absolutely not. Like if you're Dante Moore, leave.
I think Oregon.
You go, Mendoza goes, Simpson goes. And then you got your Chambliss and Beck, whatever. It's not a strong class. Just go. Next year's going to be loaded. It's going to be a very quarterback heavy draft. Presumably, we thought we had some good ones this year that end up being terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know. But presumably next season and next draft is going to have a lot more quarterbacks in it. So to me, those guys need to go.
Start with irons hot.
And Trinidad, as good as he played, he was fantastic. Ty Simpson's going to get drafted above him.
Yeah.
He's going to get drafted above him. I mean, he went from a D2 school to Ole Miss, and he was amazing. Don't get me wrong. He was amazing. He might be the fourth quarterback taken, but Simpson is going to be drafted ahead of him. I don't think that influences the decision at all.
Well, I will say that. Yeah, I will say this, though. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the 2026 draft for each of the QBs listed, and we'll definitely get to how Trinidad Chambliss being ruled ineligible for 2026 affects Ty Simpson in just a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we'll just have to see because, I mean, at the end of the day, I've been looking at draft boards and stuff like that. Mel Kiper still has Ty Simpson as the number 3 quarterback projected to be taken. So that's where my confidence lies that he will probably go. But it depends on where that is. I mean, he can still be. I mean, I don't think he's a day one starter in the NFL. Mendoza is a day one starter in the NFL. Ty Simpson still needs some polishing. So it depends on what situation he's in and what the draft evaluation is. I mean, but at the end of the day, we gonna find this out very soon because the NFL draft deadline for underclassmen to officially declare is on January 14th. I think today. What is it, the 12th or the 11th? I think it's
today's the 12th, tomorrow's the 13th, and Wednesday's the 14th.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have this wrapped up real quick. I mean, if you ask me, I'm of the mind he's gonna go to the NFL. So that's what I'm gonna believe. I believe Ty Simpson is a loyal kid. He's not putting on no other uniform other than Alabama football uniform. So we'll see, but it's just the fact that those reports are out there. It's the fact that Miami is still trying. It's the fact that Tennessee is still trying. I mean, I saw Tennessee going after Sam Levitt today, and I kind of got into it with some Tennessee fans. I got into it with some Tennessee fans on the TL, man, because I'm like, man, y'all so thirsty, man. Why y'all want everybody quarterback, man? I mean, I understand. I understand. You know, you can't just sit pat. Quarterback is the most important position in college football, and you got to have one. But, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what these other teams will do in each final hours to try to convince Ty Simpson because, like I said, Tennessee is desperate. They desperate as hell over there. So they
had to go with Aguilar this past season because of the Nico fallout. And it's nothing against Aguilar. He actually did pretty all right for them. It's just Tennessee is, unfortunately – I don't know, second tier, man. Whatever your top schools are, they're just below that, and that's why they always miss out on the biggest names. Like Hendon Hooker came from Virginia Tech, and Hendon Hooker was really good for a bit there. But like that's the type of player they attract. They sold out a lot of money for Nico, and it flopped. It at the end of the day. But, I mean, the guys like Levitt are not going to go to Tennessee. I mean, you see even like Simpson, it's like if Simpson's not going to go to Tennessee. He's just not going to go to Tennessee.
But still, Miami on the other hand, Mario Cristobal. But, and like I said, their track record of they're like a transfer portal QBU or something. Them, Oregon, you know how they like to do those 1 year rentals on quarterbacks and try to win the national championship with them. But we might be reading too much into it. Like I said, I'm pretty much of the mind of you, Jeffrey. I think Ty Simpson is pretty much solidified as the third quarterback in this class, and he'll take his chances in the NFL. He might have to sit a year behind. It depends on where he goes. Me personally, I've said this on the show many times before. I prefer him to go to a warm weather city. I'm looking at a team like the Los Angeles Rams or the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, the Arizona Cardinals might be more pressure.
The Cardinals are the retirement home. They're the retirement home.
Yeah, man. But I just think about the amenities they would have for Todd Simpson. They play in the dome, and stuff like that matters. So, but uh, me personally, I think the LA Rams would be perfect because he can sit behind a quarterback like Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is an experienced veteran quarterback. Might be the MVP of the season this year and stuff like that. So, and plus Sean McVay is a mastermind. He's an
Mhm.
offensive guru. So if he could do the Jalen Milroe thing and sit behind a veteran quarterback the way Jalen Milroe is sitting behind Sam Darnold now, that would just definitely be great. So I'm of the mind, like I said, I think he's going to the NFL draft. I don't think it's really much to talk about. I mean, the deadline is Wednesday. If he gonna make a move, he got to make it tonight or tomorrow or Wednesday, and I just don't see it happening. I mean, at the end of
No.
the day, like I said, his dad already put out the Farewell video of him uh, from a kid all the way and captured his journey and stuff like that. And I think that was a monumental factor in it. I also just think the Simpson family that they stand on their word. They're loyal people. They say they say what they're gonna do and they do it. I mean, obviously I don't know them, but that's the kind of attitude I get from Todd Simpson. I definitely think Todd Simpson is a loyal person, and we saw that throughout his time at Alabama. So I think that's just a lot of smoke and mirrors. But of course we have to bring it up because it is news. So yeah.
I mean, it's
True.
not the worst thing in the world for him to get drafted in the late first round to a good NFL team and sit behind a guy like a Matthew Stafford if he were to go to the Rams. That's not a bad thing. I mean, you've seen, Patrick Mahomes, he sat a little bit at the Chiefs there when he was a backup, and then he
Yeah, with
got his
Alex
time.
Smith, yeah.
So
Alex
it's
Smith,
like
yeah.
to me, it's not a bad thing. I think the problem is now we're in this, not us specifically, but just everybody's in this mindset of it's like I gotta play now, I gotta start now. It's like you do not have to. Like Todd
Instant
Simpson sat
gratification.
years at Alabama, he can go to the NFL, sit a few years behind a Hall of Famer, a couple 2-3 seasons, and then start. Like that's he's not Jalen Milroe. We love Jalen Milroe too, but I mean, his
Yeah.
odds of starting are a lot less than Todd Simpson's, chances of starting
Hmm.
in the
Aaron
NFL.
Rodgers sat
He's just.
behind.
I think that a couple
Yeah,
seasons
Brett
would be
Favre.
fine for him. Throwing him into the fire now might not be good. I mean, Mendoza and
Yeah.
Dante Moore, that if Dante Moore leaves, which he should, they're going to go to bad teams. There's nothing that you can do about that. That's why
They got to
sometimes
start from day
it's not a
one.
bad thing to get drafted late in the first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So it'll be interesting to see. But once we get I mean, it's not gonna be. I mean, we already got Todd Simpson's decision. So, but if something were to change, we'll definitely be updating you, the fans and stuff like that. Everybody that's watching, we definitely appreciate you guys for watching. If you can do us a favor and hit that like and smash comment button for sure. Definitely appreciate all the engagement and all the traffic that you guys bring to the show. Like I say it every time I get on the show. You guys make the show. We are nothing without y'all. So we definitely appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. So yeah.
Tell your friends, your family, and the cashiers at Publix about the magic that Jeffrey Travion and myself are creating all right here on Alabama Voice College Football. 88 subs away from that magic number, 3,200 subscribers. Let's get there. All righty. So Trinidad Chambers has been ruled that he's not going to be playing in 2026 in college football. And he's definitely going to be in the draft for 2026. Now, he may be battling the NCAA, but I think that's going to be a battle that he loses. Does it change the stat? Does it change the ranking of Simpson's status for the 2026 draft on where he's ranked?
I don't think it does. I mean, I'm pretty much gonna say the same thing I said last segment. I don't think it does. I think Todd Simpson is pretty much entrenched as the third quarterback in this draft. I mean, for one, he's bigger than Chambliss. I mean, he started more games at the Division I level than Chambliss, even though Chambliss does have a winning pedigree coming from Ferris State at the Division II level. But I just don't think Chambliss did enough to jump Simpson. I mean, Simpson was in the Heisman consideration. He was in the Heisman race for about the first 7 or 8 or 9 weeks of the season. So I definitely don't think that changes anything. I mean, for Todd Simpson, it's really just going to be about him being healthy at the combine, him wailing those coaches away in those meetings when he sits down with those NFL GMs, when he talks to those coaches, when when he goes on those visits into those NFL facilities. But overall, I just don't think Chambliss is going to jump him because if Chambliss, I mean, obviously Chambliss feels like he still has some development of his own, which is why he's probably leaning towards trying to get back to school. His reason for going back to school, he said he had some respiratory illness at Ferris State that caused him to redshirt a year. But I just don't think that excuse is strong enough. So I just think overall, Todd Simpson is going to be the third overall quarterback. He's not really much of a conversation for me. So that's where I stand on it. Mendoza, Moore, Todd Simpson. And I think those three have a good chance of being the top three quarterbacks taken in the first round in April. Could be wrong. We'll see. But at the end of the day, I just think it's going to be if Todd Simpson can get some clean medicals and show that he's healthy and put on a good pro day as well, he's going to entrench himself as the third quarterback. I don't think it's much that Chambliss can do. But Chambliss, like I said, not to rain on Chambliss parade, he did impress me during this college football run. He showed a lot of heart. He showed a lot of he showed a lot of precision. He showed a lot of poise and stuff like that. But it's obviously a reason he's still trying to go back to school. So with that being said, Todd Simpson has already announced that he's going. So I don't think it's much of a conversation.
I agree with Travion 110%. And it's like I said earlier, this decision of Trinidad makes absolutely no difference for Todd Simpson. It does not. Yeah. He's not going to get drafted ahead of Todd Simpson. If he does, I will admit I'm wrong, like I usually do.
I will too. We'll both come on.
I've been wrong before, and when I am, I let people know, like, hey, I said this, I was wrong. Trinidad got drafted first. I don't see it though. I really don't see it. I think Todd Simpson is definitely going to be the third quarterback taken. You never know, but it's not likely Trinidad gets ahead of him. I just don't see it. Like it would have to take something monumental between now and then, like Todd Simpson gets hurt or something, or has like the worst combine ever, or something.
Or Chambliss runs like a crazy 40. I don't mean to cut you off there, Jeff. Yeah. But the only quarterback the quarterback I could potentially make a case for passing up Todd Simpson potentially is maybe Carson Beck. The only reason I say this,
I just think he's too turnover prone.
Yeah, he's too turnover prone, but the only reason I say this because he did start at two major college programs. He has over 30 starts in his career. He did recover nicely from the elbow injury that he suffered last year at Georgia and stuff like that. That'll be the only quarterback I could see potentially passing him, only because he has the experience over Todd Simpson. That's the only thing he has over Todd Simpson. Todd Simpson proved to be a better thrower of the football. He proved to be I'm not even gonna say he proved to be tougher because Carson Beck, for what it's worth, I've had my knocks on the kid as well, but Carson Beck is a tough kid. I'll be honest about that. And it just depends because Carson Beck can shift a lot of this. What if he goes and balls out against Indiana? I mean, I got Indiana winning the national championship next Monday, but who knows? What if Carson Beck go out there and look and just look very good? I mean, that's the only way I can see Todd Simpson getting passed up. But like I said, my stance, I already planted my flag in the ground as Todd Simpson being the third quarterback taken. So that's where I'm at with it. I ain't really got too much more to say about it.
If I'm the Rams, I'm going ahead and trading up for 2026 because like you want to make sure you've got your quarterback of the future. I mean Stafford, but beyond 2026, I don't think is going to be there. I mean we're going to be. I think we saw an announcement. I'm not sure, but I'm sure there's an announcement of Matthew Stafford returns for 2026. If you're seeing that kind of an announcement, just know what happens for 2027 and beyond. That's the heads up for everybody in the chat and everybody watching this video clip on Alabama The Voice College Football. And honestly, there's always going to be somebody looking for Ty Simpson. Because like Jeffrey, you and Travion talked about being kind of like Patrick Mahomes waiting it out for Alex Smith for 2017, then Patrick Mahomes takes the reins. Jordan Love sitting there waiting it out for the Packers QB job. And then Aaron Rodgers goes, he's the new Packers QB. And,
Tom Brady.
Yep, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady
Yeah,
with Drew Bledsoe.
oh,
Yeah, but then you also got to think about those NFL teams that are just QB needy. Like they just have to have a QB. I think about a team like the Miami Dolphins. I saw Todd Simpson be mocked to the Miami Dolphins. I don't know how I feel about that because Tua Tagovailoa is probably gonna be out of there. They already fired coach Mike McDaniels from the Dolphins already. Mike McDaniels already looking for another job. Tua Tagovailoa, it's hard for me to imagine that they're going to bring him back. They benched him pretty much for Quinn Ewers at the end of the year. They kind of just wanted to get him off the field. That era, the Tua era is kind of over in
well, it's
Miami.
the
So
Dolphins' own fault anyhow. That's the thing.
yeah, but nah, I can kind of put some of the onus on Tua. Just being honest, watching him at the NFL level, he did kind of make some head scratching throws.
No,
I mean,
that's
being
true.
real, he's not Alabama Tua, so being real.
He got
But
hit in the
like I
head a
said,
lot too, man. I mean,
yeah,
we don't know
yeah,
how much that's affected. I mean, I don't
yeah.
like to speculate. I'm just saying because, obviously you had the incidents, where the doctor got fired and all that type of stuff, and he
Mhm.
had all those concussions and everything. I mean, it's been a very tumultuous career for Tua, and like early on when he was healthy, he was actually very good, but I mean, he has regressed, and I don't know how much of that is the team being bad or him, not being as good with what's happened. And I hate that if that's the case because he was so fun to watch. I love Tua, man, but he got hit in the head, man, a lot, and that
The
I don't know.
signs that I felt like Tua would not be do well in the NFL, and it wasn't his play. Don't get me wrong; like he's amazing at his play, but it's just the injuries, the signs that were there. The 2018 SEC title game, the 2019 season on how that ended. He was just wanting to come back in, and he got hurt against Mississippi State. It got
He
really
was never he was never the same when he broke his hip. Basically, he was never the same quarterback. Just even from a mental standpoint, I mean, the only bone that ever broke in my body was my hand, and that was when I was playing football. But I can just imagine a hip
Mm.
and just the court. As a quarterback, that's the base of your body. You need to throw off that and stuff like that. That kind of limited a lot of his mobility and stuff like that. So, but like I said, I only bring up the Miami Dolphins because I know they're that ship is sailed. Tua is going to be elsewhere next year. I already know this for a fact. I mean,
I
I
still
already
get so
yeah.
upset to this day when I'm looking at the messed up hand signal on September 29th of
Oh yeah,
2022 on Amazon Prime between the Dolphins and Bengals. Like that was just
yeah.
that was just nuts. It
He
got
was.
so bad that you saw Crystal and Sagar for Breaking Points talking about it. Like it was that bad. Like good grief.
Yeah. But just to wrap up this conversation, like I said, I don't mean to speculate on what possible teams he can go to, Todd Simpson, but end of the day, I just see him as an NFL quarterback in this 2020-26 draft. So that's where I'm at with it. I don't see him going back to school. I think he's the number 3 quarterback overall. Beck and Chambers can fight it out for number 4 and number 5, but I think it's just pretty much entrenched because no other quarterback had to deal with had to shoulder the load that Todd Simpson had to shoulder from an offensive standpoint, not having a good offensive line, having no run game. First year with a new coordinator, the coordinator not having a real identity of what he wants to do on this Alabama offense and stuff like that. So overall, like I said, I've already said where I'm at with it, so we'll see. Like I said, the deadline is Wednesday. Don't expect much to change. If you do, we'll bring the news to you for sure. But
Agreed.
that's where I'm at with it. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm just kind of like some of these quarterback needy teams that are in the lower first round really need to think about trading up for Simpson.
yeah.
Like really, really think hard about it because I would get him. I think the Steelers definitely need to think about getting him
Mm,
because Aaron Rodgers, I don't see him if he does return. It's 2026 at most, but that's it.
yeah.
I feel like Rogers wants to go into the podcasting world or something like that. I don't know if he's going to be calling games, but we'll wait and see. But again, if I'm the Steelers, you can't be sitting there waiting for Aaron Rodgers to make his decision on the Pat McAfee show or whatever. You got to make a decision now, regardless of how your team does tonight against the Texans or whatever. That's what you're going to have to really think about, honestly. You got to think about the future if you're the Steelers. You got to really think about the future if you're the Dolphins. Like, make sure your team is looking really good because, like, the Patriots and the Bills are taking the AFC East by South. The Patriots are making Titans look like total fools. And the Rams, of course, trade up if you can. Trade up if you can. If you got to throw in a 2027 first-round draft pick, do so. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, lastly, this is my last comment on it, really. You mentioned Aaron Rodgers, him being 41 years old. They also have another quarterback in Wade, Will Howard. Will Howard, we all know what he did at Ohio State last year, led them to the national championship. I think that's underrated as well. Will Howard is probably might be the quarterback in Wade. The Steelers could potentially bring Ty Simpson in and make them two battle it out, but we'll see. But just another thing. Mentioning the Steelers and the Texans, our proud partners at FanDuel. You definitely want to check out the Steelers and the Texans. You can get some action on FanDuel over under uh, money line type of thing, stuff like that. Player props and stuff like that. Me personally, I got probably Pittsburgh +3 tonight. We'll see, but yeah. Like I
Steelers
said,
do well when they're the underdogs. They're so weird. And I remember Urinating Tree giving out this warning about the Steelers. That's his team, by the way, is when they're the favorites, they fall apart. When they're the underdogs, they do very well. And they do very well on Monday Night Football. So if you're watching the AFC Wildcard Playoffs on Monday Night Football with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman on the call on ESPN, go with the Steelers.
okay.
Well, Jeffrey, what magic are you cooking up on Only Talk Sports, good buddy?
Sometime this week, me and Will will probably go live to make our predictions for the national championship game. I'm excited about that. Still can't believe that that's our national championship game. It's an amazing time in college football in a lot of ways, and it's an insane time in other ways. But I think even with all the craziness of the portal and NIL and everything, it shows you that you still have good stories like Indiana and even Miami as well. Haven't been there in 25 years. So two teams that one hasn't had success in a long time, and another hasn't ever had it. So it's a great story. Definitely can't wait to talk about that with Will. Make my final prediction for that game. We'll talk way more about the portal, more so than just Alabama and Indiana and stuff like that. We'll talk about every team, so that's going to be a bunch of fun. So definitely appreciate it if you check it out. Also follow me on X as well. But most importantly, subscribe to Alabama, the voice of college football. We're going to be here with you guys all throughout the offseason, breaking this thing down. Like Travion said, whatever happens with Ty Simpson, we'll be talking about it. What happens with more portal players that we get, we'll talk about that as well. And I'm sure we'll also be talking about, even as we get further off season, early odds, FanDuel odds and stuff for next season. It's going to be really interesting.
We're celebrating.
We're always counting it down. Jackson always has the countdown timer for us. So it's always.
I do. I'm always going to count it down. And
my bad, Jackson.
And of course, on the day of the national title also, guess who's got a birthday on there the day before the Natty? The guy on my right, Jeffrey at All Talk Sports, and we're doing a birth week special on Crimson Tide Live. We're celebrating that. Man.
Okay, I'm hoping that Jackson. Yeah, I'm hoping that them Hoosiers can get that win for you, man. I know it means a lot to you, especially Jeffrey. Especially you being the Signetti and Mendoza, you the hype train on the Twitter and on the TA. I be seeing you all the time posting the Signetti with him in the rain with his hands on his hips. Yeah,
Favorite,
that's
man.
my that cracks me up. But yeah,
Remind me to tell you about the first day Jeffrey and I first met one of these days, Travion. The story
sure.
began on November 4th, 2022. I'll tell you all about one of these days, that's for sure. It's a great story to tell.
Yeah, but what I got cooking up, Jackson. Obviously, you can catch me at the Bama Hammer. I write for the Bama Hammer. It's a website that dedicates to Alabama athletics. We'll be talking. I'm soon going to be getting some articles in about these Alabama basketball teams, especially they can make a run in March Madness and stuff like that. But overall, this week I'm also just looking at some of these other transfer portal targets. Like I said, Alabama still has some work to do in the transfer portal. Now I think they have about 9 commits. You still need about you still the I said it on yesterday's show. You still need about 104 to 108 players to consider yourself a roster by SEC standards. So Alabama still got a lot of work to do. Still need about probably about 18 or 17 or so players left to fill out this roster. So it's still a lot of work to do there. I'm definitely going to be seeing what are the best fits out on the market for Alabama to see who they could potentially bring in, see who all the big other writers and reporters are also speculating on who they'll bring in as well. And I'm gonna try to make my best judgment on that. But to tap in on that, you definitely want to tap in with me. You can tap in with me on X at TWare1K. That is TWare1K. I got my link in my bio for the Bama Hammer. Got my latest article. My latest article was on Hollywood's Mothers yesterday and how EJ Carell could potentially step up for Alabama and make a difference. And like I said, just going to be doing that and just also checking out some of this good NFL football. Like you said, messing around with FanDuel, I got some action on tonight's game, so I'm ready to get to that. Yeah.
There you go, man. Tell your friends, your family, and the cashiers at Post about the magic that Trevion is creating. All right there on Bama Hammer at Fansided and on TWare1K on @/Twitter. And check out Jeffrey Only Talk Sports, where he talks sports every single day, or at least he tries to. Let's help him get to 3,000 subs on his YouTube channel. And plus, don't forget to check out what I've got going on this week, including in 15 minutes, SEC Live, where I will be having Walker Gaskins as my guest from South Carolina at the Voice of College Football, where we are talking about the winners and losers of the portal for the SEC. Is it panic time for the SEC because of the fact that there's not a national title team for the third straight year? Is it panic time? That's what we're going to be talking about later tonight. And also, I've got some Jacksonian episodes cooking up this week. I've got Alex Dono, prepare for a release on Wednesday night, where he will be joining me to discuss the U Part 3. Has it started already, or is it going to start if they win? But of course, I'll be having Alec Keyser from Indiana at the Voice of College Football. You've seen him here on Alabama at the Voice of College Football. He'll be joining me Thursday, and that will be set for a release on Friday night, where we will be previewing the Indiana Hoosiers. Let me tell you, that's going to be a fun ride. And for more updates, what I've got going on Jacksonian, Alabama at the Voice of College Football, SEC at the Voice of College Football, and much more of my adventures coming soon. Check me out on Jackson BOCFB on @/Twitter and on Instagram at Jackson Johnson 543908. And with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you never miss another video whatsoever. And we'll be seeing y'all soon, especially tomorrow night, all right here on Alabama with the Voice of College Football. And roll Tide.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. Appreciate y'all.